Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the last 32 of the Gold Reef City Championships. We are now facing the penultimate matches of the last 32, and we will be watching Johnny Sideratos from the Western Cape and Aiden Joseph from Free State. He's now residing in Joburg, originally from Free State. Johnny Sideratos is an old, experienced player, many years on the snooker circuit. Aiden Joseph, known for his pool exploits and known as PlayStation on the pool table. So it'll be an interesting matchup to have a seasoned snooker player challenge arguably South Africa's greatest pool player. In saying that, Aiden is no stranger to the snooker table. He started off his Q Sport career in the Free State under the late Sam Lowe, and he represented South Africa in the under-21 IBSF World Champs. So he's no stranger to the snooker table at all. Johnny getting in straight away. Fantastic pot on the red, getting himself with pinpoint accuracy, perfect position on the blue ball. Johnny Sideratos is ranked in the top 8 in the country and attends every snooker championships, the amateur snooker and billiards championships. Aiden, however, prefers to the smaller table and plays a lot of pool. So it will be very interesting to see how he fares. But make no mistake, he's an extremely talented cueist in all forms of the game. And Aiden gets on the board, pots his first red, tricky black. Oh, executed with absolute perfection. Aiden got his name on the scoreboard. He leads 8-6 against Johnny, and he's quite a quick player, mind you. When he gets to the table, he doesn't mess around too much. He gets on with it. Wow, Johnny getting a bit fortunate and misfortunate at the same time, missing the pack and hitting the red on the back and then an in-off. So some justice, perhaps, one may say. Aiden displays a very, very delicate, and what a beautiful cue action this chap is. He doesn't muck about, using some running side to get on the other side of the black. Well, Aiden hasn't missed a pot yet, and that's really lovely to watch. And he's down on the next shot before the referee gets to spot the black. Like I said, he's a very quick player, didn't think much, but what an excellent safety shot. Beautiful. I can see why they nicknamed him PlayStation. So he plays his game so effortlessly. Johnny needs to find an escape out of the snooker, and it's going to be difficult without leaving a ball on. He's got to get into the back of the pack. He needed to miss that red nearer to us, the one that he made first contact with, and clip off the other red and get the cue ball back into the bulk area. Unfortunately, that didn't work out as he anticipated and leaves Aiden up with an easy red and makes no mistake. I think he still needs to get used to the speed of this table. It seemed like an easy stun shot and he overran it a bit. And now forced to take the green as opposed to the blue. Still fancies his chances with the long blue. And he pots that with ease. He looked very comfortable around the table, mind you. Aiden takes his break to 7 and very quickly amassing a few points on the scoreboard. He pot the blue trying to get in and out of bulk, and unfortunately for him caught the green ball, or else he would have been nicely in amongst the reds. Opted for a safety shot and executed very well. So Aiden amassed a sizable lead quite early in this match, or in this frame rather. Johnny getting that safety shot horribly wrong, and some good fortune getting the white behind the red without and not giving Aiden much of a choice but to run into bulk with a safety shot again. He may get this behind the yellow, mind you. Not an easy shot for Johnny. He's got to cut this very finely, play a bit of check side perhaps and come back. Oh, he's opting for the safety, and that I think is a wise decision. It's a game of patience. The score on the board shouldn't trouble you too much, and you've got to wait for your chance and not rush trying to get into the scoring zone. Johnny goes for a dip on the red and just knuckles it. You've got to be very, very accurate on these tables. They are world standard, world championship standard, and you've got to be very, very accurate in your potting. You just hit the inside or outside knuckle and you'll find the ball rattle. Aiden playing some exceptional safety. Probably have a few safety battle going on here, and we'll have to see who's the first one to get into a pot in the red, and I think that may favor the first player getting in amongst the reds. don't think Johnny will take a pot on here. He'll probably clip the red, and he looks like he's doing it and getting back into safety. Excellent safety. Trying to get the white ball close to the bulk cushion as possible, not allowing your opponent to maximize side on the white. So you can only see the top side of the white, and he'll have to hit the top side of the white. He has no other choice. And as a result of that excellent safety by Johnny, he's giving himself a chance. He's got quite a few reds out in the open. He's just got to find himself a few colors, perhaps get the pink on the spot. But now the natural option would be perhaps the blue ball, and it does just that. But I wonder if that blue can go in the center pocket. It must do, because he played for it, unless he wanted the other side of the red. I don't think that blue goes, mind you. I wonder if Johnny didn't see that to begin with, unless he wanted the white on the other side of the blue in the opposite middle pocket. Wow. And Johnny turning over, and the advantage to Aiden. He's only scored 1 point. I think that was his opportunity to put some points on the board. And Aiden's going to make no mistake here. He will, commentator's curse. And that actually is the first miss pot by Aiden, if I remember correctly. Well, left corner pocket on our screen. Aiden would fancy his chances. And second consecutive miss by Aiden. He started off without missing a single pot. But that's the nature of the game. You can't pot everything. Johnny with a very good pot into the center pocket, but losing his white quite a bit, and doesn't have position or anything. He'll opt for safety, probably play the brown and leave the white behind the pink, unless he goes for the pot on the green. Oh, pot on the pink, that did go through. That was a fantastic pot by Johnny. He needed a good pot to get his confidence up. He's 26 points adrift, but plenty points on the table for him to recover in this frame. Looks like Johnny has found his stride. That was 2 consecutive beautiful pots. He's got some good position. He has a choice of green, brown or yellow. It's probably just seeing which is the best option to get back onto the next red. I think he ran a bit too much. I wonder if this red ball may be on. Wow, Johnny slaughters that ball into the center pocket with total disrespect and for these tight pockets. I think he's definitely in here, and unfortunately didn't get the position on the black. Let me off for safety, and he does so. He made a break of 12, reducing the deficit to 21 points. Aiden attempted safety. Didn't think he wanted the red balls to kiss. But it's not a bad safety at all. Johnny's got to get rid of this red close to the pocket. Yes, and he does that. Pushes the white back into bulk. Fantastic safety shot. Aiden almost flicked the red, but I think he went for a plant, a cannon on those two reds, and it wasn't a very good decision. And he's left Johnny with the red hanging over the bag. And unfortunately, you know, those shots are relatively easy if you were just going for the pot, but sometimes you try and steal a bit of a pocket because you need to get position on a color, and inadvertently one misses easier pots. He could have just rolled it in, but I didn't think he would have got position, so he tried to just steal a bit of an angle there and miss the pot. Advantage goes now to Aiden. Aiden using the gooseneck to reach over. And I think he did it was a wise decision. Just make sure on the pot and see where your white ball goes. I don't think he's got a pot on him. He may roll behind this yellow. It does exactly that. And Johnny's in a bit of trouble here. There are 3 reds in the open. Johnny opting for a swerve shot, the red on the right hand rail. It's going to be very difficult for him to get his white ball safe, and he's left Aiden up. I think Aiden will now make no mistake in increasing his lead. Delicate pot on the blue. Was hoping for a bit of better position on the red. And he got a bit unfortunate there, I would say, but that he didn't capitalize a bit more on that break. He's only made it 6 and now opting for safety. And allowing Johnny to return to the table. Johnny would do no harm in going for the pot above the yellow. He attempted that. I don't think he's left much on, with the exception of the red toward the left middle bag, but an extremely difficult shot. But then again, if he misses, I don't think he'll leave much on him. He opts for a very sensible safety. White ball stuck to the black cushion. Very well done. Johnny did very well in getting safety, I think. I wonder, no, now Aiden can see that he's got a pot to the left middle bag, left middle pocket, and surprisingly misses it. He's going to stick it up in this corner pocket, and Johnny all of a sudden has a few options. He's got the center pocket, left center pocket, which I think he should be taking, and he does just that. And there again, couldn't get past the yellow to get in and out of balk. He has no choice but to go for the pot because there's a red over the bag. I don't think he'll be able to get saved unless he goes behind the yellow. Goes for the pot and executes it with perfection. That was an extremely difficult and a pressure pot. And Johnny showing his experience here. Good pot, and he's got good position on the pink. He should be potting this pink and clearing the last red. Good screw back on that shot. And I think Johnny would fancy himself his chances on clearing this table now and stealing the frame from Aiden. Beautiful side to leave himself on the blue. And it's a fantastic shot by Johnny. Beautiful side, got his white ball in a perfect position, or near perfect, to clear the table. Pots the yellow with ease. Overran there just a tad. You can see hung his head down a bit. Just overran that. I think he was in a prime position to clear this table. The question is, will he still go for the pot? I think he is. Fancies himself to still clear the table. Well, fortuitously, he seemed to have got a snooker, but reduced the deficit. Aiden now only 8 points up. Not a very difficult snooker, but it's all about where you leave the ball on, and that's exactly the result that Johnny was hoping for Aiden to come out of a snooker but leave the green up for him. And now makes no mistake with green and perfect position on the brown. He should be clearing up from here to clinch this frame. Lovely white. Johnny pots the blue, and now he only needs this pink to secure this frame. I don't. Well, he didn't need the black, but he missed it by quite a bit. But didn't leave Aiden on. I really thought that the frame was done and dusted at that point. Aiden getting a fortunate jaw off the right middle pocket to throw the white wider, and not giving Johnny a cutting angle into the left, the top pocket. He's got to find himself a good safety up and down the table, or perhaps go for the cut into the right corner pocket. I think that would be a very dangerous shot to attempt. He should be bringing that pink ball back onto the black cushion. He goes for the blind pocket cut. And mind you, it's going to take a fantastic shot from Aiden to clear the table, and but let's not write that off. Aiden's quite capable, and he rather opts for the safety. Very wise decision by Aiden. Johnny may have overcut this. He may have overhit it. It may drop, or is it going to stay in the pocket? Wow. He's just left that pink up. Aiden's got he potted a black along the rail, but he's got to keep his white close to the rail. And he pots that pink with absolute perfection. He's potted a black early in the frame along the rail. This one is away from the rail, which makes it a lot more difficult. But then, oh wow, what an excellent pot by Aiden, and he seals the first frame, and he leads 1-0. And it was an error by Johnny, and that's the nature of the game. But what an entertaining frame. Johnny did well to get back into the frame and just lost it on the black ball. We are live here at Gold Reef City Casino and entertainment area, and like I've said before, we having a last 32 draw, and this is the penultimate matches before we get to our last 16. And while our referee is busy racking up for the second frame, we'd like to thank our main sponsors, Gold Reef City, for putting up these tournaments, and yet another magnificent installment of the Gold Reef City Championship, Pro Snooker Championship. And not forgetting the excellent venue setup was thanks to Purple Rain, thanks to Basil Billiards and Q Masters for setting up the venue, and Purple Rain, our media partner. And we are coming live to you courtesy of our streaming partner, 360 Sport. Johnny breaks off to commence the second frame with Aiden leading 1-0. My commentary partner next to me here just looked at the scoreboard and asked me, how did he lose? He obviously didn't see the pink that Johnny had stuck up for Aiden, and he's got to let it go, and he goes for red, and enough, resulting in a 4-point penalty. And Aiden will opt for safety here, or go for double safety perhaps. No, very responsible, just going for normal safety. And our other last 32 game that's currently on the go is Ethan Chetty from KZN against Mr. Johan Pina from Secunda, Woodbank area. And Ethan Chetty leads 1-0. Well, we're likely to see a few shots in safety exchange. There's nothing much on. Having said that, that was the only one that Aiden could pot without much damage, shall I say, if he missed it, but he finds himself on the blue. Pots that with excellent confidence in, well, I would love to say control. He just landed a bit too high. He would love to have come down to the bulk of reds at the back of the pink. Pots another red and on the blue, takes his break to 7. Aiden, as he's done in the first frame, gets off the blocks very quickly. So he's on a break of 12. He takes his score to 16. He's on another red. And he played it off the cushion, mind you. He couldn't see the full ball. And no harm done. Gets the white ball very close to the bulk cushion. I think he got a bit fortunate there. Johnny does have sight of this red over the pocket. I don't think he had much choice but to take the spot on. He played it dead weight. I didn't think it was that straight, but he's white enough, and that's the second foul that Johnny has conceded. Aiden not really thinking that safety through. Didn't look at the kisses on the red, presenting Johnny with another opportunity. Also very difficult shot to pot and get position. He's got to screw a bit for the black. And, well, he certainly does have the black. It looks like he has a pink to the center pocket. And Johnny, not an easy shot to the center pocket, but I would have put money on Johnny potting it, and fortunately missed. I think Aiden will pot this, stop the white, or he's going for the pink. He seems to enjoy potting in these center pockets, does Aiden. Fantastic pot. Will he get some good fortune? And he does. Pink spots above the white, and he's on to the next red. Excellent pot, good white ball control. And Aiden's able to continue with his break. He's got a blue ball. And he's got a red above the black. He's got a red below the black. I wonder if he's just not run far enough, or the red, oh, the kissing red does seem that it does go. Well spotted by Aiden. And a tricky pink now. Pots it with ease. Takes his points tally up to 20, and he's still continuing with his break. He's on a 20 break, and it doesn't seem like he's going to ease up anytime soon. I think, yes, I just said that. I didn't expect Aiden to miss that one. I thought he would make a sizable break, but hands over to Johnny, and Johnny's got to make it count now. He's 39 points adrift. Johnny lost his white a bit there. He's going to have to play a safety. And has now doubled his score, and he moves to 2. But Aiden's still in a commanding lead, but more than sufficient points remaining on the table for John to get back in the frame as he had done in the previous frame, and unfortunately wasn't managed to convert that into a win. Excellent safety by Johnny. Aiden's going to clip this red without disturbing the red on the cushion, and he does just that. It's always the danger. You have to catch that very fine, and if you get it just a little bit wrong, you go into that red. But I don't think he's left much on. It didn't work out too badly for him. Johnny's got to take on a long pot, or pot to the center pocket. He potted a ripper early on. He's going to need one now, and position also may be a problem. And just catches the inside jaw. Given Aiden the advantage, I don't think Aiden now, I think he's going to take his time, pot this pink. A little stun shot to be on the other red. And he does just that. Beautiful shot. Ah, what a beautiful pot, and getting the white behind the black. On the right side of the black, he's got an opportunity to develop these two reds now. And he plays it of a world-class standard. Aiden showing his prowess on the snooker table. That was exceptionally well done. Continues with his break. He's on 15 now, taking his points tally to 55. And with that black, now the frame is definitely out of Johnny's reach, with only 51 points remaining on the table, and Aiden with a 61-point lead. Well, a possible 51 remaining on the table, but Aiden's not done yet. I don't think Johnny would come back to the table. Yes, he only comes back to the table to concede the frame, and Aiden really railroading Johnny in this frame and taking a commanding 2-0 lead in this match. And Aiden has a two frame cushion, and you can play with a bit of ease, not necessarily recklessly, but it's always nice to have a 2-point lead. Having said that, earlier match between Ashraf Haribai and from the Western Cape and Adil Ahmed from Central Gauteng, we saw Ashraf take a 2.2 frame lead and eventually losing 4-3 after he was 3-2 up as well. So Aiden shouldn't be taking his scoreline for granted, but he's a very seasoned and very mature player, and I don't think he'd do that. Excellent break, Aiden. Johnny is actually snookered on the break. And it wasn't a problem for Johnny to get out of the snooker. It's not leaving the opponent up, but he's done just that. He's left Aiden the red ball just above the black. Would Aiden fancy himself on the black? He's certainly capable. And he makes that pot look so easy. And it wasn't the easiest of pots, and he made it look very easy. And he continues with his break. Seems to have rushed that one just a tad. There are very few players that proficient cueist in all forms of the game. The small table, big table, 9-ball, black ball, and so forth. But Aiden is one of those players that can adapt very quickly. He's an excellent cueist. I think he could pick up a cue and play on any table. And you think this man has been playing on that table for years. He adapts so very well in all forms of the game.
Stay on that side, but you know,
Johnny's stretching. He's got to be a bit careful. This is a very crucial frame. If Aiden takes a 3-0 lead in this match, I dare say Johnny may find it very difficult to get back into this match. Where's this red ball going? Is Aiden getting fortunate? Yes, he did. He flipped it in the right black pocket. And he's able to perhaps continue with his break. Unfortunately for Aiden, and it happened again, one may say justice, but he didn't get enough side on that for his cue ball to go directly into the pack. That's what he attempted. He missed the pack and went straight into the corner pocket and conceding 4 points. Excellent safety shot, getting the white ball as close to the bulk cushion as possible. Not leaving Aiden with many options here, mind you. I don't think he can get an easy escape back to bulk. And he may have to roll and kiss this red. Is his line good enough? And how's the cue ball? You know, that's the second foul now conceded. Consecutive foul by Aiden. Johnny not capitalizing on that opportunity. I would have thought that he would have actually potted that ball. He needs to take every opportunity with both hands. He's going to find himself trailing again in this frame if he doesn't. Aiden stretching of the table. He's got tremendous cue power. There's no doubt about it. He hits the ball very, very sweetly. And we're going to see an example of this right now. He may have not run it far enough, and the black ball blocking the path to the red in the corner pocket. He may attempt a cannon. Wow. Very risky shot, straight into the pack, but spots the ball that he intended to pot. Don't think he has much on. Unless he goes for this yellow, and if he does pull this off, he's back in amongst the reds. It's a very odd choice of shot that Aiden played. He played it very deep, dragged the white along the cushion, and that's the third foul he conceded. I would have thought he would have backed himself, getting the white back towards the black of the table where the reds are. And a very strange choice of shot, and unfortunately he concedes 4 points there. Johnny's got to make the most of it now. He's at the table, and when you're at the table, your opponent has no influence on you, so it's about you and the table. Johnny makes no mistake with the pot on the green. Let's see if he gets anything. He does have a red to the left corner pocket. He needs to free up some colors, but even if the black spots the red close to the black spot is hampering it, he's going to find it very difficult in getting a color. And I think it's the black, and only the black. And if he pulls this off, it will be a good pot, and he would have a few reds on. Pots that black. He's got a red to the center pocket. I don't know if you can see the red in the right hand side of the table. He doesn't. Like I said, the black spots, and it's now hindered by that red, and it's going to be very difficult now to score with the high value colors, with the exception of the blue. And Johnny didn't make much of that visit at the table. Unfortunately missed it and turns over the table to Aiden. Aiden making no mistake. Unfortunately for him, he did attempt to go directly into the pink and dislodge it from the position it's in, so he could give himself an opportunity to score. And this time inadvertently opens both the pink and the black and misses the green. The black is still in a very difficult potting position, but the pink is in the open, and Johnny needs to get on a color. Does Johnny fancy himself potting this pink, rolling the black, and going past this red? It would be a fantastic shot. Does look like it's touching the cushion. It would hug this cushion, and he pots it with pace. What a beautiful shot. Johnny playing that black with absolute confidence. That should give him some confidence in compiling a sizable break here. Johnny now on 9, and the table is laid beautifully for Johnny to compile a sizable break. Moves on to 16.
This is not easy by any means. Danger is that blood can stay in the bag. He misses it. But if he hits it hard, it might go in. Knowing this youngster, he's going to give it nice.
Johnny only amassed 16 points at this visit, and turning over the table to Aiden, but didn't leave much on. Actually, didn't leave anything on. And Aiden opting for safety, and that was absolutely, without sounding nasty, terrible shot by Aiden. Very out of character. He played some great safety, so that is a surprise. Johnny just overrunning that white. Didn't want himself too close to that side rail. Now giving himself a very, very tricky black. But he should just... Oh, he spotted a fantastic black. Johnny now well into this frame, in fact, well into the lead. 32 points. Johnny potting those balls along the rail with absolute ease. He's slamming them in with absolute confidence. So perhaps it's one of his favorite shots, and it's one of the more difficult shots on the snooker table. Johnny making no mistake with the brown. Getting the points, and now has a rare to the right corner pocket. He should have a go. If he misses, he'll get his white ball back up into bulk. And he does miss it, and gets his white ball in a fairly safe position. Aiden doesn't seem to have very much on. Will probably go for the double or just the safety. He's got the cut to the center pocket. An excellent cut. He's going to go for the snooker option. He may just touch the blue and leave it behind the yellow, or he may, yes, leaves it, and he makes a hash of it. He didn't get the safety at all.
Too sweet. He puts it too sweetly. That's it. Right at the bottom of the ball, and he goes up. That's 2-0 for Aiden. That is very unlucky one to down.
Johnny goes for a pot on the rail. He misses. He's left Aiden a ray to the center pocket, and Aiden loves these center pockets. I don't think he's missed one. Probably one in 3 frames. I felt he rushed that black a bit and hit it a bit pacey. It went in within a beautiful shot. But being behind in points, I thought he would have just taken his time on that black to get back into this frame.
So I think sponsor perfect winner. But it's two masters of
Johnny potting the penultimate red. He leaves 35 on the table. He's on the color.
everybody else of sponsor. Thank you to all making this event a success and possible.
Misses a straight blue. I thought he would have potted. And Aiden with 35 on the table and 36 adrift. He's going to require snooker to get back in this frame. But he's done well by potting and taking a black. He's got to take this black and then it require only one snooker. So
The early start of the journal bar. Table next door to me on table 2. Got Johnny Severatos, the experienced snooker player against one of South Africa's top pool players, Aiden Joseph. Johnny also had a first game that he lost there, so he's also 2 more down, trading Aiden. Aiden slowly getting his confidence up.
and that was the black for Aiden to get back into that frame, and I don't think, there we go, that's a concession by Aiden, and Johnny reduces deficit by 1 frame, but Aiden leads 2 frames to 1. And this stream is proudly brought to you by our streaming partner 360 Sport, and we thank Gold City for putting up a fantastic, offering a fantastic venue. Lots to do at Gold City for the entire family, class restaurants, theme park, cinema, and a really lovely place for the whole family to come and spend a day. Johnny breaks off in the 4th frame, trailing 2 frames to 1, and he needs to consolidate and get back. How's that white ball? And it's safe. Aiden thought he was going to concede a foul with an in-off on the white. Johnny needs to find some momentum. He's had a few opportunities to make a good break and hasn't taken them, but he's managed to reduce the deficit, and that would bode well for him. He's left Aiden with the center pocket red, and we know he doesn't miss these, and he just did. I should never call it before he shoots. It seems that he misses it every time I say he doesn't miss it. Johnny's got a fine cut to pot this red. I don't think he's got a cut. He's going to have to play safety. Yes, he does. Plays a fantastic safety, mind you. Wow, what a fantastic pot by Aiden. A long pot, could just see that potting angle of that red and slots it in with ease. Pots that black ball. I think when Aiden walks around the table, feathers twice and addresses that white ball and pots, he doesn't miss. It may seem like he's rushing, but that's his cue action, that's his style. What a prolific potter. Beautiful pot on that red. Lovely position on the blue. Would love to be a bit higher on that blue. He's a bit too straight, and his white ball going into bulk. Just a few inches higher, he would have had his white ball getting back into that cluster of reds. So, a bit disappointed with the position.
mind, he was not the same youngster.
There we see it. He was too straight on that blue. He won't be able to see the red. I think he'll be snookered by the blue. He'll have to take a safety option on the red above the pack. I think he may just be able to see it. Is he playing a safety? Yes, he is. Well, he starts off his scoring, Aiden, with a 14 break. And as he's done in the last 2 frames as well, 3 frames, he's taken the lead. Wow, Aiden going for a fine cut on that red and missing it and hitting it from the back, but presenting Johnny with an opportunity here to make a lovely break. I think Johnny's too happy. He ran that white just a little bit high. Unfortunately, one mistake on your position and it's very, very difficult to recover. And now Johnny finds himself in a spot of bother. The only option he has is to hit this red behind the black, because there's a red over the right center pocket. And Johnny could only make an 8 break, so not much damage. Aiden won't be too sad about that. His mistake only cost him 8 points. Seems we will be engaging in a safety battle once again. One is to exercise a lot of patience. Wait for your opportunity. Aiden may go for pot to nothing. Goes for safety. Double kiss would be a problem. He does get that double kiss, but leave Johnny with a few options. He's got a long red to the left corner pocket. He's got a red above the yellow to the center pocket. Fantastic pot. And Johnny misses a blue and only adds 1 point to his tally. Aiden going for the long red. Wow, what a fantastic pot by Aiden. And he's on the black. And he now could amass a nice break here. One would fancy him doing it. Does he fluke the black? No, he doesn't. And a very uncharacteristic miss by Aiden. I would have put money on him potting that black, a scratch of a head, and he seems to be in disbelief as well, and I don't blame him. Johnny strokes some nice long red into the corner pocket, just overruns it a bit, and not giving himself an opportunity on the brown, yellow, or the black in that case, and it's just a few inches off, and it makes such a huge difference. He's not a happy camper at the moment. just overrunning that white a bit. And this is a game, and the slightest of margins can cause so much difficulty, and the slightest of margins can it's between you losing a frame or losing a match, for that matter. You need to keep that white ball on the string. You need to look after your white ball, and the more proficient players you would find, the most important thing in the game is your control of the white ball. Yes, of course you need to pot, but the control of the white ball to position yourself in a favorable potting position on the next ball is of utmost importance. Aiden making no mistake with that pot, and not getting such great position on the color. Does he fluke it? Yes, he does. Clips the inside jaw of the center pocket and rolls straight down the rail into the right corner pocket. And now straight on the red and on the black. And I suppose in any sport, not only cue sports, you know, there's an element of good fortune, and in good sportsman like fashion, when Aiden fluked the brown, he lifted his hand to apologize, but in saying that, he's got to get on with the game, and he's got to make the most of the fluke, and that's all part of the game. Aiden getting to an 18 break, just overrunning that white just a tad, leaving himself on the side rail. The red on the top of the pack does go. He's going to require an excellent pot, and Aiden does that so effortlessly. Aiden want to take this yellow and try and get into the pack, and didn't quite get into the pack, but takes his break up to 21, and now will opt for a safety shot, putting Johnny back into bulk, and this looks like a fantastic safety shot. In fact, it seems that Johnny finds himself in a snooker. And I think he does. He is in a snooker with 26 points adrift in this frame. He's got to try and get a safe-ish white without leaving, and I think he's missed it by quite a bit. And there's no doubt that Aiden would have the ball replaced. The referee calls a foul and a miss, and the player has option to play from where the ball white is landed, or for the referee to replace the white in its original position. And Johnny's got to get the red, and if he doesn't, a miss will be called all the time, and he's got to get to the red. It's not a very difficult snooker. Johnny's trying to get out of the snooker without leaving a red on, and that is why he's missed it. He's got a better angle. Has he got the pace? Yes, he does. And that's a much better shot by Johnny.
bit. So the matches now, not many people have got good control over the one. Shaw was the one that really showed us decent play last night. 77, but also not 100% control. That's match will be something to tell us, tell you, GRC. That's going to be a very interesting match.
Aiden now 30 points up in this fourth frame and has played a good safety. Johnny will run into bulk.
Yes, that's it. And this is the ball. Not much is stuck up here. It's a fine ball. He's left no choice but to try and play safety. He's 12 points behind. And he's definitely not going to use it.
Aiden going for pot safety. No damage done. If he misses, he's got a 30-point lead. And he doesn't need to really get a color, so he went for a pot in the red. If he missed, no damage done. Yes, Johnny feeling the pressure. He's now got to get points on the board, or he'll soon find himself 3-1 down in this match. And he left Aiden with a center pocket pot. Nice pot. He'll get national position on the black if he can. Beautifully executed. And I think Aiden will seal the frame at this visit. Aiden potting a lovely red, getting an unlucky kiss on the black, but he spotted one earlier. Should just roll it. Not an easy shot. Not the easiest shots. I don't think he minds too much with 39 points ahead and only 43 points left on the table. A maximum 43. Johnny naturally would have to take two blacks to get to 43 points with the two reds left, and all Aiden needs to do now is to pot a red, and that would sorry, I didn't see there's one more red. There's 51 points. My apologies. 51 points left on the table, and Aiden plays a very good red and gets Johnny in a snooker, and Johnny with a bit of a nod of a head. Well, where's that white ball? It still remains on the table. Will Aiden go for the center pocket, or will he play a safety? I think he'll opt for safety. I think that's the reasonable thing to do. Yes, and he does exactly that. You should never be too in a hurry to win a frame. When you're in a commanding lead, you may find that frame slipping away with one silly mistake, and you'd have a problem. Aiden just getting a bit unlucky. Well, not unlucky, but attempted a blind pocket cut and just rattled it in the pocket. The colors, high value colors, are not in a favorable position. You've got the pink, not easily potable, the blue not too bad, but the black on the cushion. So Johnny is going to find it very, very difficult. And does Aiden fluke the red? And he does. And that puts him in a commanding position with 43 points left on the table. And he's now with the pot of the yellow, 42 points ahead. He needs one more red, and that would result in Johnny needing snookers, and he's done just that. So this frame is certainly out of reach for Johnny. Johnny would find himself trailing 3-1. He's 43 points adrift with only 35 remaining on the table. I think he would do better in conceding the frame. There's still an hour and 15 minutes left of play. I think he's wasting valuable time here, and well, there it is. With Aiden potting that last red, it's frame over, and he will take a commanding lead of 3-1 in this match, which is best of 11, the best of 9, apologies, first to 5 frames. And there it is. Concession comes in, and Aiden leads 3-1. Welcome to Central Gauteng Snooker players I see on the live stream. Thanks for joining us. A number of Central Gauteng Snooker players have participated in this tournament. We've seen Adil Ahmed go through against our previous tournament runner-up Ashraf Haribai, and Adil Ahmed defeating him in the first round. A fantastic result for a newcomer. Really, he's only been playing a few years in Central Gauteng Snooker Association, and a real dedicated player. So well done to him. And as Aiden gets us away in the 5th frame, he leads 3-1. And Johnny now has to pull one out of the bag and start focusing. And he needs a good break to get back in the frame. Get in the match, mind you. And he can't take too long in getting there, because these matches are timed. You have 2.5 hours to complete the match, and whoever's ahead when the bell goes would be declared the winner. So it's on a 2.5 hour match time. Aiden continuing where he left off. May not be too pleased with the position of the white ball, but it's not too bad. It's just queuing a bit awkwardly. And unfortunately misses the pot. Johnny potting ahead, he needs to get in, and he needs to get in very quickly and amass a nice break. And Johnny is quite capable, very capable.
Is a good potter. For me, they will need some good stucker by Johan to try and salvage 3 games.
Very surprised by this shot selection of Johnny. I don't know. The black couldn't go. He plays it too short for the blue. And Johnny is not looking very comfortable. He's usually very comfortable on the table, but when you 3-1 down, I think the most easiest of shots and positions become difficult. But then, having said that, he slots a lovely blue into the corner pocket. Wow, that's it. Brilliant recovery.
Not too sure. He needs to make a little break here to get on the board. Trying to avoid it kissing to the back. He misses the putt.
And Johnny takes his break up to 18, potting 3 blue balls and 3 red balls. And this is a crucial pot for the black to continue with his break. And that's the crucial pot. And does he fluke it? Unfortunately, no such luck. And that was the shot that he required. Welcome, Michael Davids, to the online streaming from the Western Cape. Glad to have you with us. And Aiden Joseph with a fantastic pot, kissing the blue towards the pocket. And he may get into the pack here. And he does just that. Does he get a result? And unfortunately for him, he played that beautifully and just got a bit unlucky for not having a red on. But a very positive shot. Very tricky shot he's attempting. And he misses it. But leaves Johnny, I think, with very little option but to take the red in the top right hand corner pocket. It's not as straight or easy to. And Johnny's got to get his white back into a favorable position. He tries to pot the ball off the cushion first and doesn't execute it very well, and now leaves Aiden with his favorite center pocket pots. Aiden potting at the blacks to get a 4-point lead. Just not good enough for position on, or good position on the next red. He's going for the fine cut into the bottom left and corner pocket. He's quite good at these shots. Beautifully executed. Pot to nothing, really hoping for some position on the color, and doesn't get any. A long blue would do the trick. Misses the blue, but presents Johnny with a small opportunity. He's going to be awkward queuing over this black to go for the center pocket. And if he misses that, he would leave Aiden on with that ball on the right hand side of the table over that center pocket. So very, very high risk shot. Very high risk shot. And he misses it. The question is, does he have that white ball touching against that red, or can Aiden see that red? I think he can, and that was always going to be the risk. Aiden doesn't miss many of these center pockets. The man just goes down and slams them in with ease. Slots that black in. I think he may have wanted to dislodge that pink. Is the white ball safe? Just nestles on the inside jaw of the left center pocket. Wow. Unbelievable potting prowess in the center pocket, but where's that white ball going? Is it going to be safe? Yes, it is. And now, a real tester. If he pots this black, I think he'd have very little choice. He has to go for it, but not an easy shot. By no means. Wow, look at that. This man is a potting machine. Aiden Joseph, aka PlayStation, doing his thing on a snooker table. Lovely to watch. He's now found a rhythm. He goes down feathers twice and slots them in. I think the snooker table is beginning to look like a pool table to him. It certainly is. So the 21 break, 26 points ahead, and he's not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Sensible shot, leaves himself on the yellow. There's a red over this left and center pocket. He's gonna put this match out of reach for Johnny. Look at this man pot in the center pockets. I think he wants to dislodge that ball from the side rail. It's not as easy as it looks. Therefore, he's leaving it, opting for the center pocket, corner pocket. Anyway, a good break of 24. 24 is a good break, putting this frame slightly out of reach for Johnny. You have a cluster of reds around the green, 2 reds around the green, this red around the center pocket. Pink is tied up. Johnny's going to be hard pressed to recover. And when you thought this man is just a potting machine, look at that fantastic safety he plays. His knowledge of every cue spot and his maturity around the table, it's something to admire. And Johnny doesn't get out of a snooker and almost hits the black. And I won't be surprised if Aiden asks the ref to respot that. A foul and a miss has been called, and Johnny would find himself right back from where he started in a tight snooker. And he misses it and he clips the black, and resulting in a 7-point foul. Aiden may replace it. He doesn't. He fancies himself on the spot on the red and stay on the black. I think he may have just fluked it. And with a little blush and a little smile, nod of the head and apology. But this happens in this game, and I think sometimes you create your own luck, and Aiden certainly has created his own luck. And Johnny's been totally outplayed in this encounter. Aiden now with a 48-point lead. Still enough on the table, mind you. There's 51 points available. But I don't think Johnny has the easiest of tasks here. It's going to be very difficult. He can't even see that ball over the corner pocket. He's going to attempt a safety. He actually does exceptionally well. He does exceptionally well, resulting in Aiden only seeing the red at the bottom of the pink. Does he have the potting angle though? Ah, he surely tried, but ensuring that his white ball is remains in a safe position.
Sure. I'm sure he's going to qualify with this there. I'm sure this will be a challenge for the referee. Very significant.
Johnny is playing, attempting a few safeties, trying to wait for his opportunity, but in doing that, just left a red up in the top corner pocket, left-hand corner pocket. Aiden makes no mistake in potting that. Would Aiden put Johnny in a snooker, or would he go for a pot? He goes for a long green, and knows that he's almost put this frame to bed. Johnny with a little nod of the head, I think, realizes that this frame is all but over. Beautiful pot. But Johnny does require a snooker. Does he get it? Yes, actually, fantastic shot. He's going to need a couple more of those. He's 41 points adrift and 35 left on the table. And Aiden feathers twice and comes out of it snooker with ease. Johnny goes for the pot. He needed it black. And I think he's conceded that frame. Yes, and he finds himself 4-1 down. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Aiden PlayStation Joseph. He has just shown us his prowess on the snooker table, and he is feared on the smaller table in the pool game. He has taken, I think he's definitely one of the top players in South Africa on the pool table, and now showing his prowess on the snooker table against one of the seasoned players, Johnny Siddhartha. I must admit, Johnny from the get-go seemed a bit offish, and sometimes you have that. You can't always perform at optimal performance and capability. And Aiden's tail is up a bit, and I suppose he'll go for a few shots. He is entitled to do that. Well, you have about an hour left of this match, and the frames are going rather quickly, but Johnny's got to pull 3 frames back in just under an hour. So he's only going to manage that if he makes a sizable break and finishes the frames off with good breaks.
hasn't found his rhythm this match. Just hasn't found his potting feet.
Johnny's got to pot this a tough shot into the center pocket.
Balls are more nicely open.
And he catches the outside jaw. It's not an easy pot. Nice position on the black, but that doesn't count if you don't make the pot. So Aiden, potting machine on that center pocket seems to be his babies. He doesn't miss on the center pockets. Well, having said that, all the pockets are looking very big for Aiden at the moment. He's found his rhythm. He's got himself 3 frames ahead. He's got the pace of the table. And it's certainly, I'm thinking in his mind, this table is shrunk to the size of a pool table. Quick fire break of 16. It's on this. It's rare on in the center pocket again. Doesn't miss. He's got the yellow into the left corner bag pocket, and that would enable him to continue with the break. And the Reds are sitting in a very favorable position. He may just treat us with a sizable break. I hope he does. He's been playing very well. Lost the white a bit. Wow. He's got to do a deep screw on this black off the side rail. There's it, off the side rail, back off that cushion, and he's got a center ball pocket. He's got one in the corner pocket. He's given himself options, and now with a break of 27, let's see if he can get to at least 50. I think he may play for the pink here. He does just that. A wise choice, giving himself more options.
Otherwise not losing their chance. 51 minutes left as we can see the clock. 3-0 behind, you have your back.
51 minutes of play left. But I don't think it's going to affect much in this match. Looks like Aiden will secure a 5-1 win if he continues with this break. And the balls are laying very, very favorably for him to clear at least another 4 reds. Takes his break to 35 and has options. Corner straight on the black, center pocket, takes a correct shot, little stun. Wow, he plays it differently, deep screw in the side rail, still gets himself on the black, showing a bit of flamboyance.
He's probably the more correct shot, because he had the confidence to play. Maybe he could build it. But I think he thinks that the yellow for the left corner there.
Spots that black with ease.
Oh, he gets it back. Second time now this match, not getting it back.
It's got another red to the center. And there we go. He's made his 50 break. He moves now to 51.
But this is the best chance Spiners have now. All the balls are relatively easy. Left himself with
Wow, and he doesn't seem to ease up, and we're in for a lovely break here by Aiden. He's letting his arm go. I'm sure he wishes there was another frame. He just seems to be really turning on the pressure now, and he's feeling so comfortable around this table. He's now on 58. Just looking
Stepped himself on the wrong side, so he's got a bit of work to do
on how to get position on the next color.
on this visit.
He's got the brown and the green next to each other. How does he get onto the next red?
Closer to the side pusher.
Angle doesn't favor you too much. May need a soft roll. Does have a soft roll. Takes his break to 58.
Scores on level 42 each.
Nice stop shot on the brown. If he could just pot it and stop the white there, and he does that, but I think he may just have gotten a bit unlucky and rolled behind the green. Little smile on his face. Disappointed he couldn't continue with his break with an easy pot, and he's got a 63 break. He will go for a plant here to try and continue, and nevertheless a fantastic 63 break by Aiden. Still enough points left on the table for Johnny to win this frame, no doubt. But he's not going to do that. If he misses a black, and there the concession comes in, and Johnny concedes the match. Although there were sufficient points on the table for Johnny to win this frame, he realizes that in the bigger scheme of things, it was difficult for him to get back into this match. And congratulations to Aiden Joseph for progressing into the last 16 and emphatic win against Johnny Sideratos. And I think that would certainly be a feather in his cap. Johnny, a very seasoned player, although we haven't seen Johnny at his best this afternoon. But Aiden certainly did the business and got himself into the next round in the round of 16. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And on the other side, we have other match on. We have Ethan Chetty leading 3-0 against Johan Pina in a round of 32 as well. And Ethan in a commanding lead. Johan has, well, it's a 4-0 lead. Ethan with a 4-0 lead, mind you. And I think that match is all but over. There won't be sufficient time for Johan to get back into that match, so we can safely say that Ethan will go through to the last 60.
Nobody realizes it. They get the black off for the green and the yellow swapped around. Okay, so nobody's aware of that. Not the players, not the receipt.